Listen home, kids. Measure once, cut 3 times. Well, guys, I wish this part of the video was an exciting one. Something bad that happened.
No! God, please, no! No!
We were on our way to pick up Matt in the C8 to load it on the trailer to go to SEMA. As you guys know, we made the announcement we're going to SEMA. Well, 3 days before the event, the truck water pump decided to start leaking really bad. So 2 days ago, thankfully there was a pump in stock. Got it done with the help of a friend. All is good. Bled it, filled it, drove it, all no problem. Get everything loaded up in the truck today, take off from the house, and 25 minutes, not even 25, 30 minutes into the trip, coolant everywhere.
Oh! No!
So I'm not gonna vlog the how-to on this because I'm gonna be stressed as it is to get this done, but I don't know what happened first. But first I saw the coolant temperature starting to spike, and sure enough I pulled over, saw coolant underneath the truck. Obviously it was hot and steamy.
That's what she said.
So I couldn't see what was going on. So I got it to an area and started to look at it, and it ended up being there's a pinhole in the radiator. Add insult to injury. Also, when pulling back the shroud, I saw our fan clutch wires had been cut, they hit the fan. So we've got a 2-part job here. Thankfully there's a radiator in stock down the road. My friend Sean with the G8, you've seen him and seen his car on the channel. He's picking the radiator up right now. We got transmission oil cooler lines to disconnect, and then that thing's ready to pop out. Hopefully those are not a pain. I know they can be. Once we get the radiator out, we're gonna go back to the parts store because I didn't see this till after he left. Thankfully I brought wire cutters and crimpers and all that stuff, but I didn't bring any extra wire or butt connectors. So we gotta run back to the parts store and get some crimps, tuck it out of the way, make sure it doesn't get you know, caught in the fan again, and hopefully we'll be on the way. We were supposed to meet Matt at 6 o'clock. I left the house about 4:45. It is now close to 7. He's there, he's waiting. I filled him in on what's going on. If all goes well, we should be out of here by like 9:30. He's about 45 minutes away. Obviously, I'm going to stop, see if the, you know, double check the coolant level, make sure it's still full and bled. What a way, unfortunately, to start this trip. I hope all the bad omens are out of the way now. Bad things coming through, water pump, radiator, fan clutch. I hope this fixes it and we don't have any more issues, but here we go. So you'll see little bits of the repair as we go along. It's getting dark out. I've got light. I've got everything I need to do this job other than the butt connectors and wire splices. But everything else we've got to do this job. Let's get to it. All right, guys, it's 0 dark 30. Making progress on the 6.0. We got our butt connectors. We got the harness repaired. I had to splice both ends of this thing, get the proper lengths for the fan clutch harness. Otherwise, the fan clutch isn't going to engage on high. We got the new radiator in. Sean's down there putting the lower hose on. Transmission oil cooler lines, again, they came off super easy. Gave them a nice good tug. So that's getting situated. So cross our fingers, might be getting out of here in like maybe an hour. Still gotta reconnect that trailer, leave the system, but wow. Trailer's fully hooked up, truck's loaded with all the tools. Thank God you always come prepared. If that's one thing I've ever learned, it's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. We're ready to go. Cooling system is bled. Cross our fingers. Please, smooth sailing from here. I'll take this if this is the only issue we get. Matt, sorry we're late, but we're coming. Woo! We made it. We got Matt in the house. We're going, baby. We're gonna make it. 4 hours behind schedule.
I know we should. I guess we really shouldn't say anything yet.
I know, but all right. So we gotta undo the car, move it forward. And then get that beast on there.
You're good. There you go. Straight on. Ooh, you ain't got a rabbit, do you? That's okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. She is on, ladies and gentlemen. Well, she's been on, I guess.
Look at this thing. This thing is just gnarly, man. Like black and green, like just goes together. All right, let's get this thing lined up.
All right, my friend, how was that?
Oh,
A little nerve-wracking?
obviously we knew we'd get the job done. Just, you know, slow and steady wins the race, and yeah, hopefully it doesn't end up in my trunk.
We do have about a foot. That's not bad. Where's the pool noodles at? Thought we were going pool noodles.
I actually have a pool noodle in the back.
Do you?
Part of it, at least.
We should have. That might have been a smart move. I mean, we didn't hit it, but man, that is close.
All right, guys, you got to check this out. Strapped, loaded, decaled, badged. Here we go. So while I was doing all the strapping, once we got the cars loaded on the trailer and positioned, I did all the strapping. Matt went around, put the channel logos. We got one on the canard. We each have one on the side of the trailer underneath our cars. I added one to each end plate, and then on top of the wing, we still got to do that one, but no one's going to see that while we're driving on the trailer. So you can see Matt's car, rear wheel drive. Bang, he just polished these lips up on those wheels. But man, oh man, we are looking mighty fine. We haven't even left Florida, and people are already just going ham, asking questions, and it took us way longer than it should have to get this done.
Got a sweet ride there.
Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
Because everyone wants to see what the heck is going on. We got a Mustang with full track arrow and a wide body C8 with blinding green paint. Dude, this truck is about to put in some work. Let's go. Just made it to our first fuel stop. Just under 7/8 of a tank. Got 125 on the clock. Truck's running fine now. Oh man, I was a little bit nervous hooking it up, and just, oh, I'm glad we made it, you know. But we got cars all good. We're gonna check our straps and we're good to roll. Setup absolutely gnarly. Everybody is checking it out. Good morning, guys. This is the day after. This is day 2 of the SEMA trip, and we made it up to Destin, Florida, and crashed here for the night. After the issue with the truck, you know, shortly into the trip, pretty much no issues since then. Cross our fingers, this day is a lot less eventful than yesterday, because today we are trying to hammer out close to 700 to 800 miles of the trip. So let's hit the road. We're in Louisiana. We're doing our 3rd fuel stop of the trip. Truck is running fantastic. We are chewing up the miles. Our goal is to get past Dallas tonight. It is currently about 1:30. Dallas is another 8 hours away. So if we can get past Dallas, not only are we going to be passing it after traffic, rush hour, but it'll start to get, cool down and be nighttime again. All right, guys, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. It's Friday morning, 1 o'clock a.m. We're about to get back on the road. We hit some traffic about 3 o'clock in Baton Rouge. It was really bad, so we decided to just pull off, get a nice 8 hours of sleep in a hotel, shower up, get cleaned up. But time to get back on the road. All right, guys, we're at stoplight number 6, still in Texas. We're about 150 miles away from Amarillo. We did have a little scare in Dallas, though. We were driving in the left lane with 3 cars in front of us in the rain, and all of a sudden they all merged over to the right last second because there was a truck stopped in the left lane, completely stopped. Fortunately, there was no one beside us, and we were able to merge over. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to stop in time, especially in the rain. So, yep, we're about to fill this thing up with another 25, 30 gallons of diesel and get back on the road. I'm just gonna go grab a drink. Matt's filling it up right now, We're gonna check the coolant level. It's kind of been going down, but we're monitoring it. We don't see, you know, anything leaking under the truck or anything coming out of the tailpipe, so we're a little puzzled at this point. It's not going in the oil or the transmission oil either, so we're just keeping our eye on it for now.
2 hours later.
We ran into our second kind of problem in the trip. The trailer sprung a flat, but this is the aftermath. If you want to see the full kind of rundown of what happened and what we did, go check out Matt's channel, because he's gonna have the full vlog of us coming out here. Mine is not gonna be as in-depth, but this tire went flat. We put the spare, we had a full-size spare on the trailer. We used the jack, we jacked up the trailer just this corner just to get it off the ground. We got a slit in the tire. Something ran over the road, so we've got that tire patched in the back. We bought 2 new tires, one here on the new spare, and then the back left, it was also pretty low on tread. So 2 new tires, the spare tire is now on, and we have a just spare tire.
A few moments later.
What are we doing? What are we doing, Anthony?
Guys, this truck might be checking out hardcore on this trip.
Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president.
We've replaced the radiator. We repaired the fan clutch. That's all good. No problem. But coming out here, we've been having to refill the coolant. Every fuel tank, we've had to put at least a gallon of coolant in it. So it's going somewhere. We have not found anything coming out of the tailpipe. The engine oil is clean, it's not milky. The transmission is clean, it's not milky. When it was raining, we noticed a lot of water coming from the passenger side by the wheel. And if I didn't mention already, we had no smoke coming out of the exhaust under hard acceleration, light acceleration, cold start, nothing. So, head gasket, not quite convinced yet. I need to see something else. So, the water that was draining out of the passenger side wheel, we're thinking the heater core has a crack in it. So we are going to bypass the heater core, and if that doesn't fix it, the 6.0 is probably done. So here we go. Under the cowl is where the heater core hoses are.
If you guys are ever in Clarendon, go check out CarQuest. These guys are the best. They're the freaking best. No, because you can't do anything with that. Well, can you reach that tube to that back there, or no? No, you can't. So you're gonna have to cut. Oh, you have extra tube? Wow, wow. He's got extra tube, ladies and gentlemen. He's got extra tube. This guy has it all. What's your name? The driver mod or something?
So this is where I had a leak before, like last week. Oh, dude, it just died. Fucker. Measure once, cut 3 times. I know I joke around a lot. I'm sorry, I can't help it. That's the only thing that's keeping me sane through this. All right, turbo's hot. Don't touch it. Here we go. Can't go back from this. Oh.
You just made another leak.
We have a leak.
All right, my dude, where we at?
We've got the new hose spliced in. We cut our heater core return hose. And now we got the fittings installed. We got the hose installed. We're tightening down the clamps. All right, guys, we're about to add the coolant. And now we deleted the heater core valve, the vacuum actuated valve. We deleted this right here. We disconnected our heater core inlet from that valve and just pushed it to the side. And now we've got a hose running from the heater core supply to the heater core return. hose that goes back along the firewall underneath the expansion tank. We got 3 clamps in place. We got 2 fittings. Clamps are tight. So now we're gonna add water, because that's all we have right now. I don't want to keep wasting coolant if this doesn't solve the issue. So we're gonna fill it up, put the charge pipe back on, we're gonna roll, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, guys, we're running. We filled it up, and we're gonna make sure it's not leaking, which so far, so good. As you're driving west, you get awesome sunsets and views. But we are 10 minutes after heater core bypass, haven't pushed the truck more than 12 psi. Coolant and oil temps are normal. We're gonna get to a stop in about 10 minutes, check the coolant level, top up as needed, then we'll push it and see what we got. Sun setting on the POWERSTROKE for this trip. We'll find out right after this. Granted, this was only about 25 minutes keeping it at 18 psi of boost or below, but the level was down here. We pull off the cap and it came back up to there. Man, I am still obviously a little bit nervous, but now we're good to push it and see what we got. Please, please. We don't have any heat, but we can drive. Good morning, good morning. We are on day 4. It is Saturday, so technically day 4. We have not been on the road for 4 full days. We left, Wednesday evening, but we're here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is 26 degrees. I've never tried to start that truck in any temperature that was below 50 when it's cold. Y'all know who diesel sometimes don't like to start when they're cold. I'm using a good fuel additive, so I know the fuel isn't gonna be waxed and gelled up, but yeah, let's see if this thing fires up. We're gonna check all our fluids, make sure the coolant's still full, check our oil, and here we go. Let's see how this day goes, because yesterday was an adventure, the day before was an adventure. What is this truck gonna throw at us today? We gotta hope this thing starts, because the truck and trailer are blocked in by another vehicle. So if this thing doesn't start, Matt is stuck on that trailer.
I think today we're finally gonna get it full for the first time on the entire trip on day 4.
I said, fuck no.
You're going to Vegas.
You going to Vegas. Moment of truth. All right, fire in the hole. Holy crap, 37 degrees. That's about as perfect of a start as possible. Wow. All right, we are in business, guys. Can't really go off if we got any white smoke coming out because it's cold out, but I don't see any white smoke. I was definitely expecting some, especially with it being cold out. I mean, if we had any coolant in that system, in one of those cylinders, it definitely would have shot something out. But all right, we are good to go. We're gonna eat some breakfast and hit the road. That was a huge test, guys. I was honestly really nervous, because even in Florida sometimes, in those 50 and 60 degrees, this thing was like crank, 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 like, it cranked several times over before firing up. That was about as perfect of a start as I could ask for. We made it. We're 40 minutes outside the Grand Canyon. We swung by a gas station that actually has a parking area in the back. They have been nice enough to let us unload the cars here in their parking lot and leave the truck and trailer back there and take the cars and shoot them out to the Grand Canyon. So all the bases are covered. The fun is officially about to begin. 10 o'clock at night. We're done ripping through the Grand Canyon. We ended up replacing the thermostat on the truck because as a last ditch effort, it was still having some overheating issues where it would spike up in temperature, pop the cap. So we replaced the thermostat, hoping to, we're thinking the old one, it had some rust and stuff built up in it. So it might have been causing some temperature issues. So we've got the new one in. The ProCharge C8 has now taken the POWERSTROKE bug. And is now down, having issues. Do you want the bar? So what it's throwing is mass airflow sensor fault. So what we're gonna do, since we have another, C8 Corvette on a trailer, we are gonna swap mass airflow sensors and see if that works. 3 hours from Vegas. We got 12 hours to get there. So guys, we made it to SEMA. We are here, we're getting the car unloaded. This is the outdoor portion of it. The convention center is right there. Woo! The journey is complete. So we're gonna leave my car on the trailer because, it's not part of the event, so we're just gonna get mats unstrapped and offloaded, get it cleaned up, and get it checked in.